when the Chinese government was able to build such a mega port in Peru, it was absolutely not for trading. With all of the cargo ships, fisher boats, vessels, the Chinese Communist Party, the People's Liberation Army could stand behind them. Many of the so-called fishers that you found on South China Sea had a former background of serving to the People's Liberation Army as a Navy officer.
Yeah, it all comes down to that. And it's interesting. You mentioned these fishing boats. You at first tipped me off and our viewers off to this little plan that the CCP uses to use fishing boats and cargo ships. They're disguised as fishing boats and cargo ships, but they're actually military vessels. Then I find this article about in the South China Sea, they're using a ragtag militia of fishing boats that do have the ability to fish, but they are also military-style boats, and those on the boats are former Chinese military officials, often being paid by the Chinese government to run these fishing boats, and they attack other vessels of commerce. They'll block the way. They try to ram them. They'll use water cannons against them.
And so the problem here today is that the CCP uses these disguises. It's called civilian military confusion, where you think that they probably be civilians of China, but in fact that they actually worked for the People's Liberation Army. Their cargo ships, their vessels, their fisher boats were able to have the same ability of a military vessel.